It is a full moon night. The land is alive with the sounds of the forest and the people who have lived here for centuries. The lives of Soliga tribals of southern Karnataka are intrinsically linked to these forests. They understand the rhythm of the nature, the pulse of the earth. And although they traditionally rely on the forest for most of their needs, its resources are used in a manner so that the forest can sustain and revive itself. But from about the 1950s onwards, large strips of forests were cleared for urbanization and modern agriculture. With their land shrinking, the Soliga sank deeper into poverty and vulnerability. VGKK, an NGO in Bihar Hills, has been working with the Soliga people for many years. They recognize that the development of the Soliga tribe not only depends on protecting and promoting their traditional social cultural practices, but also by sharing with them the fruits of modern science, good health, and education. VGKK's mission is to promote a self-reliant and empowered tribal society rooted in its culture and tradition, living in harmony with nature. However, the survival and growth of the work being done by the NGO for the Soliga tribe was never financially self-reliant or secure. Health services, biodiversity and conservation programs, primary education, vocational training schools and livelihood programs were all dependent on the generosity of donors and public grants. With a view to promote self-reliance and to empower the Soliga community, VGKK has taken a loan from NABARD under the umbrella program on natural resource management to launch a unique project in the Biligiri-Ranga Hills to create an eco-resort for community development.
Welcome to Gorukana.
Called Gorukana, which means web or interconnectedness in the Soliga language, this responsible ecotourism model brings together conservation of forest biodiversity and the promotion of the Soliga culture. The 10 cottages, the luxury tent and the tree house that make up Gorukana are crafted out of local materials and are sensitive to the local environment, blending into the land and the trees around them. Almost all of the staff are Soligas who are trained to work at the eco-resort as naturalists for trekking tours, at the reception, as spa therapists, as chefs. In the biodiversity-rich Bihar Hills, there are also enough activities that allow the tourists to soak in the essence of this land and its people, their culture and history. Trekking on the jungle trails, bird watching, nature photography, the experience is especially rewarding because most of the rangers are actually Soliga tribals who really understand not only this forest but also its inhabitants.
It feeds on bark also. Does it feed on bark? Feed on bark like bende, tadisalu. These are food. It's called Kalyani.
Anand is a manager in an Accenture computer software firm in Bangalore. Looking at the facilities that allow all visitors to experience pristine nature in the company of the Soligas has been a special experience for him.
The tribal guys, they talked about the eco-friendliness, the kind of nature lovers that they are, and the importance of environment for the future generations as well. And the hospitality of the staff here, awesome. Absolutely fantastic food, excellent environment, great hospitality. We just love it.
The tourists can choose to experience native organic cuisine. In fact, one element of the VGKK project attempts to create a lucrative market for tribal produce like local honey, spice, oil, and organic coffee, etc., benefiting both the tribal producers and urban consumers. This ecotourism model recognizes that maintenance of wildlife heritage and biodiversity has to go hand in hand with the development of the local community. Staying at the Gorukana and meeting these immensely talented people helps visitors here to gather knowledge about the intimate connection between environment and the local communities while enjoying the beauty of PR Hills. And equally important, the guests who stay at Gorukana help a forest community in achieving economic independence and ensure that VGKK as an organization continues to serve the Soliga community without the shortage of program funds. With this initiative, the next generation of Soligas can continue to live in their forest home, learn their own language and their culture, while still be connected to the modern world around them.